Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Rambling Cinephiles. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're going to talk about Paddington 2, which is what we saw last night. This is part of our EveryFilm2018 project where we see all the films in 2018. Josh, do you want to give us a Paddington summary?
Oh, yes, definitely. So, by the way, spoilers, big spoilers for the movie. I know that Paddington spoilers are like something that everyone's on the lookout for.
Definitely.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. Go see the movie before you listen to us. So anyway, Paddington is living with his family, the Browns, and he's really happy. Everyone likes Paddington, and he wants to get this pop-up book for his aunt. What's her name?
Lucy.
Aunt Lucy. And Aunt Lucy is away in the Bears retirement home, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so he wants to get this pop-up book that shows all of the, big monuments in London. And he wants to get that for his Aunt Lucy, but it's really expensive. So he goes to try to make some money as a window cleaner. And while he's doing that, he meets Hugh Grant, who plays
Phoenix Buchanan.
I was about to say it. Jesus Christ.
I beat you to it. Ha!
He meets Phoenix Buchanan, who is this like washed up actor trying to make it big. And basically, Hugh Grant finds out that the pop-up book has mysteriously reappeared, and he steals the pop-up book from that antique shop.
From Professor Slughorn.
Yeah. And then Paddington is blamed for that robbery somehow, and he is sent away to prison. To an adult's prison, even though he's like a cub.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Okay. So Paddington is in jail, and while he is in jail, we find out why Mr. Buchanan stole the book in the first place. It turns out that on each page of the pop-up book, there is a clue hinting to a mysterious treasure left by this old circus woman, and Hugh Grant's grandfather was originally looking for it. This is basically, and Hugh Grant goes off to search for all of the clues at all of the London monuments, and his story is basically just National Treasure if it was in London.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. I guess that's true.
I mean, it's basically just National Treasure in London, except he's the bad guy.
Isn't Nicolas Cage the bad guy?
In National Treasure? No, he's not the bad guy. So, while Paddington is in prison, he meets Brendan Gleeson's character, Knuckles.
Mad-Eye Moody. There are a lot of Harry Potter actors in this.
Well,
in this movie.
It is British.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, to make a long story short, Paddington escapes from prison. He and the Browns track down Hugh Grant, Phoenix Buchanan, and there's this really epic train chase, and Paddington almost drowns. What the fuck? And
yeah, that was pretty messed up. Paddington almost drowning was pretty messed up.
But the film ends happily ever after. Paddington gets the book. Phoenix Buchanan goes to jail, and his Aunt Lucy comes to visit London for real. So that was nice.
And even Phoenix Buchanan gets what he wants because he has a big theater audience, and he turns the prison into a giant glittery musical theater, and all the prisoners are happy.
If only real prison was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Jenny, tell me your thoughts about the film.
Okay. I thought it was cute. No, it was good. It was cute. It was good. I like Paddington, obviously. I like how optimistic Paddington is. about everything. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't have anything to do with anything, but while I was watching it, it occurred to me that I'm sure I'm not the first person to note this, but I had never really noticed how much Hugh Grant and Ed Helms remind me of each other.
They do?
Yeah.
Ed Helms? From, like, The Office and
Yeah.
Hangover movies?
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
You don't?
No.
Well, they remind me of each other a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool.
What else? Oh, I also thought it was neat that because we went and saw The Shape of Water 2 days ago and recorded that episode. I don't know when we're actually gonna today.
Yeah, it's gonna come out today.
Okay.
Or,
well,
I mean, today would be like
that's relative.
2 days in the past for you guys.
Yeah. So, and the Sally Hawkins, the woman who plays Mrs. Brown in Paddington 2, was also, Eliza in The Shape of Water. And so I thought it was cool that I saw her in basically like 2 movies back to back, and also that she swims in both movies.
That was neat. That was I don't know what you would call that, just happenstance, really.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah. But no, she was good. Everyone was so good in this movie. It was a great sequel. It does everything that a sequel should do. It improves on the original. Have we talked about that we've seen the first Paddington since our January trailer?
No, we haven't. Are we gonna put up the episode for that one?
Did we record an episode for the first Paddington?
We did.
Oh wow, we should put up that episode. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
So check out this other episode that we probably uploaded to see our thoughts on the first Paddington.
I do not remember that at all.
But if you don't check it out, we liked it a lot.
Yes, it was very, very good, and it was just so charming. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, and I like Paddington 2 just as much. I have notes. Hold on. Let me get notes. Okay, so there's a bunch of sequences in this movie that are just just wonderful. They are just amazing to look at. There's the pop-up book sequence where he's showing his Aunt Lucy around London inside of the pop-up book. Mm-hmm. He and his Aunt Lucy are, their regular CG selves, but the rest of the background and the people, they're all pop-up book people, and it was just so well done. It was amazing.
It was nice. I liked that.
And there's so many sequences like that. Paddington 2 does a great job of montages. Often Paddington will have to do something like the window cleaning or making marmalade in prison, and it's so well done. I don't know how else to describe it. If you haven't seen the movie, it's like stop motion while Paddington is just walking around normally, and it's such a good movie. That security guard who likes cross dressers is back. I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
He was very, very funny. Again, I'm thinking that he honestly knows that these people are men, right?
Does he?
I think he does.
Maybe he just likes very, very masculine looking women.
I mean, he could, but I think he definitely knows that these are men dressed as women, and he's really into it.
Don't put him in a box.
I'm not putting him in a box. I'm just saying I've seen this happen twice now with him. Mm-hmm. I mean, he definitely knew in the first Paddington that Mr. Brown was a man. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I agree.
There's that you were talking about that ending sequence with the prisoners dancing around with Hugh Grant.
Yeah. That
really reminded me of Tropic Thunder.
It did?
Yeah, the very end of it with Tom Cruise dancing to Apple Bottom Jeans.
I didn't think about that at all.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, that's kind of just what it reminded me of, just the absurdity of it,
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the name of that song is Low.
Low?
Yeah.
The name of the song isn't Apple Bottom Jeans?
No, that's just part of the lyrics.
Oh. Apparently Marmalade gives you, like, orgasms. That's what I noticed.
Oh! In the movie. I
yeah,
thought
in the movie. What?
Okay, I didn't understand what you were talking about at first. I thought that you were saying that, like, marmalade has, like, I don't know, like, oyster qualities or something.
What? No, in the movie, they like, Knuckles eats the marmalade sandwich, and he's like, oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever tasted. And then he makes Paddington make more marmalade, and he serves it to the prisoners, and they're all like, oh yeah, marmalade.
Well, I mean, they've spent the last 10 years eating unidentifiable gruel with, like, hair in it. So, I mean, if I were them, I would also think marmalade was, like, the best thing I'd ever tasted in my life.
That's a fair point. Yeah, that's definitely a fair point.
I want to know why, okay, so, obviously, Paddington 2 was not an accurate representation of prison life, and I wouldn't expect it to be. It's a children's movie. I was kind of confused as to how, like, because what happens in the movie is that Knuckles is the prison chef, and he only makes this disgusting gruel every day. And then he tastes Paddington's marmalade, and he wants Paddington to make it for him. And he already has all of this, like, fresh produce to make the marmalade and to make, because after that, like, all, like, the other prisoners are like, oh, well, I know how to make this and I know how to make this, and they already have all of this, like, apparently, like, gourmet stuff and everybody just ate whatever the heck that disgusting pile of white garbage was.
I have no idea why he was stock full of fruits and vegetables and all sorts of stuff, but he was serving them mushed potatoes with hair in it. It's
and, like, nobody asked to, like, go back to the kitchen, just like, can I have an orange? Not even like, can you make me something? Hand me an orange.
How did they not all have scurvy?
Maybe he squeezed orange into it once a week.
Oh, how nice of him. Knuckles as a whole was a very nice character in Paddington. He was this very, like, intimidating guy, but at his core, he was a big softie, which was nice. Mm-hmm. Paddington just seems to bring out the good in everybody. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, Paddington gets 10 years for stealing a book, which he didn't actually steal, and for giving the judge a bad haircut.
Yeah, that's a whole thing that happens earlier in the movie. Paddington, his first job that he tries to get to save money for the book is tidying up at this barber shop, and hilarity ensues, and he kind of accidentally shaves this judge bald, and then the judge ends up being his trial judge.
It's just a complete conflict of interest. That just tells me that I should never go to Britain and stand trial for anything.
Obviously not. Oh, I thought that... Okay, so Paddington gets 10 years for stealing a book that no one really knew was, like, that valuable. And for whatever barbarly assault, whatever the hair thing was. Hugh Grant, being the one who actually broke in and actually stole the book and also tried to murder people, also gets 10 years.
It just shows that bears have a higher proportion of prison time than regular people.
I agree.
It's discriminated against bears. Where's their documentary?
I mean, then again, I don't know anything about the British prison system. Maybe that makes sense over there. Maybe it's like murder 10 years, parking ticket 10 years, just 10 years all the time. Who knows?
Shit. Very strict. Man, what else is there to talk about? Oh, okay, so something detrimental to the movie. I think we mentioned this in our first podcast, I think, was how we were wondering where are all the black people.
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about that during the movie. Yeah.
And the only black person that we actually really see in the movie is, I mean, at least he's not a prisoner, but he's a garbage man.
No, I thought this one was like, okay, I agree that they probably could have had more black characters or just non-white characters with speaking roles, but in the first Paddington, I couldn't remember any non-white characters that weren't like that band that Paddington passed by all the time. And in this one, there was the band was still there. There was the garbage man who apparently Paddington was helping to study for something, I guess.
I don't know what he was studying for.
Yeah, I don't either. They had a neighbor who was Indian. There was like one of Paddington's prison friends was a black guy. So I definitely feel like they you know, like dialed the diversity knob up a little, like to 2, you know.
That's fair. Yeah. I did forget about the neighbor and the other prisoner. I think what was his name? Numbers or something like that. Anyway, he was Indian, I believe.
Oh yeah. I forgot about him. Yeah.
And like he was there. He had lots of speaking lines. Yeah. So that's fine. They learned from the first movie. At least I guess they did.
Yeah. Apparently, it's really easy to escape from prison.
It is. All you have to do is just wait for the warden to go to sleep and then make a hot air balloon out of just various components in the prison. How did they even get out of their cells again? Like
there was a vent. The vent in the bottom of their cells.
Oh, okay.
Which seems like a major security oversight.
It does. I mean, imagine if these people were like murderers.
Or I guess maybe it wasn't an event. Maybe it was. I guess it like led to the laundry chute because that's how they like got down to and got like the laundry basket. They climbed. They went down through like this panel in their floor that I guess is a vent or for the laundry chute, and they crawled to the laundry chute and slid down it.
Okay. I just remember that whole sequence being really, really cool.
It was cool.
Because it starts out like in a pop-up book. And you zoom in and you actually see everyone slowly escaping their cells and getting down into the laundry chute. It was just really cool. Paddington 2 is like full of those. That's what I was most impressed by with this movie. Just the ability to make these semi-normal sequences really interesting with the art direction. I was very impressed by that.
I thought those sequences were cool as well.
I guess, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about with Paddington, do you?
Yeah, no, it's kind of, there's not a lot to criticize, really, I feel like. So yeah, I don't know. And there's only so many ways I can say this was fun. Go watch it.
Yeah, right. Like it's hard to talk more about Paddington 2 because there isn't a whole lot there, but what is there is just it's just like perfect. It's like a condensed children's movie with all the best parts.
It's delightful.
It is. It's charming and you'll just get swept up by how nice Paddington is and how wonderful this little world is.
I think we all need a little niceness in our lives these days. So that's also like a nice little addition.
Yeah, if only Paddington 2 had come out last year.
Yeah. I wish that the world of Paddington existed where, you know, people were basically okay and I don't know, bad guys just wanted to steal books.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. But we don't live in that world. 2018. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm probably going to give Paddington a good old 5 out of 5. Kids are going to be watching Paddington, the first and the second one, constantly. It'll be like the Incredibles all over again. You know, at least hopefully. This movie and the one before it deserves the attention of families everywhere. Go see it, even if you don't have a family.
I will give it a great.
A great.
A great.
Oh, Jenny, how does your system actually work? Like, what are the parts of it? Like, is it like bad, good, great? What is it?
Oh, okay. So I mentioned this, I think, in the first episode or the first real episode. But okay, so my system, it goes great, good, okay, and no. And I wish I could say there's a rubric. There's not really a rubric. It's mostly just how much I enjoyed the movie, and how many glaring problems were there with the movie. My enjoyment of the movie will outweigh the way I feel about any glaring problems with it. So it's completely subjective.
Could you give us like an example of each category?
Okay, so let me think. I'm looking at our DVDs right now. Okay, so I'm gonna say a great movie is The Adventures of Robin Hood.
What? The Fox one?
No, that's not the Adventures of Robin Hood is the one with Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland.
Oh, okay, that one is good.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. A good movie. Good. What we saw something recently that I gave Molly's Game a good. I gave Molly's Game a good. That's a good example of a good. An okay movie would be like, I don't know, 13 Going on 30. That's an okay movie.
How dare you? 13 Going on 30 is a classic.
Okay, well, Josh would give 13 Going on 30 a great.
5 out of 5. See it 4 times a day at least.
4 times a day. What is it that you like about it? Is it the prom thriller number?
It is. I forgot about that.
I didn't. And I don't know, was like I don't know, Suicide Squad.
Okay, but you can't use Suicide Squad for every no category. What else is a no?
What else is a no?
Yeah.
I
would say maybe Vantage Point.
No, that one gets an okay for its comedic value. Otherwise, it would be a no. If you don't remember Vantage Point, you shouldn't. It's terrible, but it's hilarious, so it gets an okay.
I believe Vantage Point is on Netflix right now, so you should definitely. Yeah, I think so. So definitely go watch it.
Don't
and enjoy how good it is.
And that's what I mean when I say that like my level of enjoyment of a film will outweigh the obvious technical problems with it. Or okay, like we went to see Twilight New Moon, a few years ago in theaters when it came out. And it's terrible, but we really liked it because we laughed the entire time. So like that would get an okay for me because of my level. I enjoyed it for the wrong reasons, but I enjoyed it.
There are definitely worse movies than Twilight New Moon.
Definitely.
At least Twilight New Moon was 1, funny, and 2, had those awesome werewolf versus vampire fight scenes.
Yeah, but the werewolves look pretty bad though.
I mean, whatever, it's Twilight.
Yeah,
everything looks bad. Okay, so we have talked about Paddington 2 and rambled on enough. We want to thank you for sitting here listening to us. We're sorry this is a bit of a short episode, but we're going to keep churning them out. What do you think our next movie is going to be, Jenny?
Probably The Post.
The Post, yes. I'm excited for that Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. And then after that one, probably that John Wick one. Proud Mary, yeah, that's it. And then The Commuter.
Yeah.
Man, we have a lot to see.
We do.
Jesus. Okay, so that's going to be all for us. Thank you so much for listening. Please, if you like what we're doing, we're going to be doing every film that is theatrically wide released in 2018. So if you like that, so subscribe wherever you are. Give us a thumbs up wherever you are. And
follow us on Twitter at RambleCinephile.
And I think we have a YouTube, and we're on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher, and a bunch of places.
We're diversifying.
Yes. So give us a follow, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, folks.